Behind me is a photograph of the OISE military team pitching in or playing in Europe at the end of World War II. They were the European Theater or ETO World Series champions. The game was played in Nuremberg Stadium in front of 50,000 fans, which is the largest attended baseball game ever in Europe. And the OISE team was led by two Negro League stars, and this was an integrated team, by the way. The team was Sam Nahem's, former pitcher of the Philadelphia Phillies team, mostly made up of the 818th Amphibious Battalion, which hit the shores of Utah Beach in World War II. But on this integrated team is, in the lower corner there, bottom row, kneeling to the right, is Willard Brown, and on the end is Leon Day. Leon Day pitched that team to victory over the 71st Infantry Division, a team headed up by Major Leaguers Ewell Blackwell and Harry Walker. After World War II, Leon Day returned to the Newark Eagles in 1946, and he pitched a opening day no-hitter, only allowing 3 batters to reach base against the Philadelphia Stars. Nobody went past first base, 1 reached by a walk and 2 by error. Leon Day was a solid pitcher and well known for opposing Satchel Paige in the Negro Leagues in epic matchups. He beat Satchel Paige 5 out of 7 times, including a game that went into the 9th inning 0-0, and Leon Day hit a home run to win the game and defeat Satchel Paige. He also opposed Paige in the East-West All-Star game a few times. One of those times he came in a 3-3 tie East-West All-Star game in the 7th inning and struck out 5 of the 7 batters that he faced. Leon Day was also, he was 5'9", 140 pounds. He was a tremendous athlete, very fast, timed at 10 seconds and a 100-yard dash in a baseball uniform. He was an outstanding fielding pitcher and an outstanding hitting pitcher who sometimes played in the outfield and occasionally played at second base. In 1946, he hit .407 in Negro National League competition. He had 60 at-bats, hit .407. Leon Day was said to be as good as, and this was Monty Irvin speaking, as good as, or even better than, and similar to, Bob Gibson. Fastball, he had a curveball and changeup, but his best pitch was a fastball. He was a strikeout pitcher.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hi everybody, this is Apba Brian, and it's time for Apba Baseball Classics Baseball, game number 84 of the All-Time Greats Tournament, and game 2 of the series between the 1925 Hilldale Daisies, based in Philadelphia, and the 1946 Newark Eagles. We are at Rupert Stadium, and our starting pitchers are, for the Newark Eagles, the home team, Leon Day. He has a record of 11-2, 2.41 earned run average. Day is a pitcher with X modifier. And pitching for the Hilldale Daisies is their ace. That is Nip winners, A pitcher, Y, Z modifier. We've had the introductions of the players. Let's play ball. Otto Briggs steps into the box. The first pitch from Leon Day is a hit column roll for Otto Briggs. 22 is a drive. It's very deep, not over the wall. It's going to be a triple to left center field. And how do you do? Right away, the Hilldale Daisies are 90 feet away from scoring. Player manager Frank Warfield. Hilldale Daisies are 3-0 in the all-time greats tournament. They've yet to be beat. Here's the pitch to Frank Warfield. The infield is going to play in. 26 is a 27. Fielding column 1. Ground ball to third base. And that's taken by the third baseman, Pat Patterson. Throw to first. One away. And Briggs must hold at third. Here is Hall of Famer Judy Johnson, the third baseman. Infield's in. Here's the pitch. 53 is a 20. That's going to be a single to center field. Correction, infield single to second base, but Briggs scores. And Judy Johnson is at first, and his Daisies are on top, 1-0. Here is George Tank Carr, the star of the game yesterday, with a double and a homer and 2 RBIs. He had 3 RBIs. George Carr was an original charter member of the 1920 Kansas City Monarchs. Here's the pitch from Leon Day. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground ball hit to third base. Throws the second and the first. Nope, that's an X. I wish they put those parenthesis X first, so I'd say those first. That's a strikeout. That brings up Biz Mackey, the catcher, line drive hitter, a 360 hitter in 1925. 26 is a 26, and that's going to be a fielder's choice, 4-6, and the end of the inning. But the Hilldale Daisies score once. We're at the bottom of the first. Newark Eagles coming to bat. Nip Winters is on the mound for the Hilldale Daisies. He was 17-8 in 1925, grade A pitcher. YZ modifier. Here's Pat Patterson stepping into the box for the Newark Eagles. 1-5 is a 10 against an A. That's going to be a single at center field. Fast runner. No, he's average speed at first. Here's the pitcher, Leon Day. Excellent hitter, 407 in 1946. 52 is a 27. Fielding column 2. Fielder's choice, ground ball to third base, 5-4. Patterson's out of second, and now the Eagles have a fast runner at first. Larry Doby is the batter. First African-American player in the American League, only about a month after Jackie was brought up. 56. 34 is a Y. That's a strikeout. 2 down. And now here is the other half of that outstanding double play combination for the Eagles. Shortstop, Monty Irvin. 21 is a swing and miss for strike 3. So Leon Day is stranded at first. We go to the top of the second inning. Hilldale Daisies 1, Newark Eagles nothing. Clint Thomas, a lifetime .333 hitter in the Negro Leagues. Very fast center fielder. He hit .373 in 1923, which was his rookie season, and played center field for the New York Black Yankees in the 1930s. Here's the pitch to Clint Thomas. 25 is an 11, and that's going to be a base hit to lead off the second inning for the Hilldale Daisies. That brings up George Johnson. At 11, will let Clint Thomas steal second should he choose. Bismacki is a 9 defender. 11 through 26, he'll throw the runner out. There goes Thomas. Here's the pitch. And 50, or the third or second, 55. Clint Thomas is safe. Stolen base for Clint Thomas. That's Thomas' second steal for the Daisies in the tournament. Pitch to George Johnson. 34 is a fly ball to center field, and that is taken by Seabiscuit Wiltz. 1 down. Here's Nip Winters, the pitcher, not a bad hitting pitcher. Here's the pitch to Winters. 62 is a 36. That's going to be a wild pitch, and Thomas will go to third. All right, so another wild pitch or a fly ball. He scores. Here's the pitch to Winters from Leon Day. 23 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That brings up the shortstop, Stevens. Jake Stevens is 1 for 8 with a double in the tournament. Infield playing back with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Stevens. 65 is a pop-up wide of third base down the foul line in left field, and the shortstop runs it down and makes the catch. Monty Irvin with the play. All right, that's the end of the top of the second inning. Nobody scored. Runner was stranded at third. Hilldale 1 and Newark nothing. Lenny Pearson will lead off for the Newark Eagle. At some point after Leon Day and Lenny Pearson were done playing baseball, Lenny Pearson owned a lounge, and he hired Leon Day to be his bartender. Here's the pitch to Leonard Pearson. 25 is a 11. That's going to be a base hit for Pearson, and he can steal on the next pitch. Okay, might have said Bismacki, the catcher, for that last steal attempt on Clint Thomas. That should have been Ruffin, but he's also a 9. Bismacki is the catcher here in this situation. He's a 9. 11 through 26. If he decides to steal, he'll be out. He's going to try to run. Here's the throw. 24, he is gunned down by Bismacki, caught stealing. Is Pearson. 2-4. 1 out. And I don't know if you saw it, but Bismacki did that from the squat. He did not stand up. Here's the pitch to Cherokee Davis. Now with the bases clear. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Otto Briggs is tracking it and makes the catch. Now the catcher, Charles Ruffin. 33 is a hit column roll for Ruffin. And 44 is a triple to left center field. So suddenly some pressure for Nip Winnow. Robert Harvey is the scheduled hitter, left-handed batter. Infield back with 2 down. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a line drive to second base. That's 3 outs. Runner stranded at third. We go to the top of the third. 1-0, the Hilldale Daisies lead. Otto Briggs will lead off for the Hilldale Daisies. He was second on his team with stealing and was a .325 hitter in 1925. Here's the pitch from Leon Day. 1-6 is a 28. That's a ground out to the shortstop, Monty Irvin. Throw to first. 1 down. Frank Warfield. 6-6 roll for Warfield. That's a hit column roll. And 1-5 is a triple for Frank Warfield. That's a third triple in the game. He's at third with only one away. I'll bring up a hot hitter, Judy Johnson, 6 for 13 in the tournament. The Newark Eagles are going to play the infield in with one out. There's the pitch to Judy Johnson. 54 is a 32. Fly out to center or Y. He doesn't have a Y strikeout letter. So it's going to be a sac fly to center field, scoring Warfield. And that's the second run for the Hilldale Daisies, 2 outs. Here is Tank Carr. 44 is a hit column roll for Carr. He's got some power. 42 is a triple for Carr. Everything is coming in threes today. Brings up Biz Mackey. 2 outs, infield's back. 55 for Mackey, that's an 8. Gets an A, that's going to be a single over the second baseman's head. Carr will score 3-0 Hilldale. Clint Thomas. 25 that's 11 for Clint Thomas, and that's going to be a single over first. The runner goes to third. Thomas keeps the line moving. He could steal second on the next pitch if he wants to, but with 2 outs and a man on third, I'd say he doesn't want to. George Johnson, first and third. Followed by the pitcher, Nip Winters, who struck out his last time up. Leon Day does not have a Z modifier. He's going to pitch to Johnson. Here's the pitch. 42 is a 9 against an A pitcher. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. It is catchable, and that is the third out. But 2-run score on 2 triples and 2 singles. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Hilldale Daisies lead 3-0. All right, and the last of the third is going to be up to James Seabiscuit Wilkes, Pat Patterson, or Leon Day to come up with an answer to Hilldale's 2 runs in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch to Seabiscuit Wilkes. 45 is a base on balls. Fast runner at first base, Pat Patterson. We're going to hit and run. Here's the pitch to Pat Patterson. 55 is an 8 against an A. Single to right, unless it's a grade A pitcher, then we look at 26 below. Ground ball to second base. 4-3. Wilkes goes to second safely. 1 down. That brings up Leon Day. 24 is a 23. That's going to be a runner out stealing third. Third baseman's injured, not able to play in next 4 games. So I'm going to give the runner a chance to steal third. The catcher will throw. And 11 through 26, he'll be out. He's safe. He's not going to be out at 30. He'll be safe. Stolen base. And Judy Johnson, though, is going to be injured and out for 4 games. Timeout. All right, the Hilldale Daisies will have Naaman Washington play third base in replacement of the injured Judy Johnson. Okay, here is the pitcher, Nip Winters, facing his counterpart, Leon Day. There's 1 out, and Wilkes is at third. Here's the pitch to Leon Day. The Hilldale Daisies are going to play the infield back. 1-6 is a 28, and it's a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. Wilkes scores. So the Eagles are on the board. It's 3-1. There's 2 outs. And now Larry Doby. Here's the pitch to Doby. 31 is an 8 against an A. Pop out to third. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's the Hilldale Daisies 3, Newark Eagles 1. Nip Winters will lead off for the Daisies in the 4th inning. 55 is a base hit for the pitcher, Nip Winters. And I'll tell you what, Leon Day really has not been a mystery to these Hilldale Daisy hitters. It's 8 hits today so far in the first 3 innings. Paul Stevens comes to bat. He is 0 for 1 and only 1 for 9 in the tournament. Winters is a slow runner. No, he's not listed. He's average runner at first. Here's the pitch to Stevens. 54. It's a fly ball to right field. Cherokee Davis makes the play, and there's 1 down. Otto Briggs. 55 is an 8. Ground out to first base. Pitcher covering. And Winters goes to second. Paul Warfield comes to bat. We need to talk about him. He was a player manager of the Hilldale Daisies. Not very popular among his players. He was a very good defensive infield, had great range, good arm at second base. He had a unique underhand snap throw from second base that he employed. Hit with average power, but was very good at hitting runs and bunts. As a player manager, though, he sometimes was very sarcastic with his players. He played a full year with his shortstop, Jake Stevens, and they didn't talk to one another for the entire year. When you think of Warfield, think of Billy Martin, quick to argue, known to carry a knife, and one of the major unfortunate incidents in his life, he was playing poker with Oliver the Ghost Marcel in Cuba, and they got in a fight over the poker game after Marcel asked him to borrow $5. He refused. Marcel popped him in the mouth, and then Warfield went after Marcel and ended up biting part of his nose off. So he was a tough man, nicknamed the Weasel, successful manager, but not very popular with his players. Here's to pitch from Leon Day to the Weasel. 34 is a fly ball to center field. That's the 3rd out of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Hilldale Daisies 3, Newark Eagles 1. All right, shortstop Monty Irwin will lead off with the Newark Eagles. Of course, he played outfield with the New York Giants in his major league career, but he was a shortstop with the Eagles. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Irvin is 0 for 2 today, but he's having a good tournament. 8 for 18. Here's Lenny Pearson. 23 is a fly ball to right field, and that is caught by George Johnson. That's 2 outs. Cherokee Davis. 26 is a swing and miss for strike 3, and Nip Winters has been a handful for the Eagles offense. We go to the 5th inning, 3-1 Hilldale. Naaman Washington, who replaced Judy Johnson when Judy Johnson was injured. He's the 3rd baseman now, and he's leading off the top of the 5th for the Daisies. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Cherokee Davis, 1 down. Not only are they going to miss Judy Johnson, they don't have a very deep bench. I think there's only one position player available now on the bench, and that's a catcher, Louis Santop. We've got some pitchers who can play positions, though. Here's a pitch to Tank Carr. 45 is a walk. Carr is 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. Now he's at first. Fast runner. Biz Mackey, who singled. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Biz Mackey. 6-6 roll. That's a drive for Mackey. Didn't hit a whole lot of home runs. He was a line drive hitter. 31 is going to be another one of those triples. This is along the right field line. Carr is going to round third and score. Mackey settles in at third with the 5th triple in the game. 4-1, Hilldale Daisies. All right, here is Clint Thomas. And the Eagles are going to play the infield in. There's 1 out. Mackey's at third. 65 is popped in the air. Let's see, to the third baseman, or behind third base, and caught by a shortstop. 2 down. Now George Johnson. 3-run lead for the Daisies. 64 is a walk. Johnson takes the free pass. First and third for Hilldale. Here is the pitcher, Nip Winters, who singled this last time up. .53 is a 21. That's a ball. Catcher throws the third, but wild. And that ball goes down the line. Mackey scores. Winter goes to second on the E2. 5-1 Hilldale. It's not 5 runs within 3 innings, so Days still remains an A pitcher. Winters is still up. Here's the 1 ball, no strikes pitch. And that was a 33. The 1 dice is behind the cards, but it's a 3. Hit column roll by the pitcher, Nip Winters. 61 is another triple. Can you believe it? A triple to right field. Scores Johnson. 6-1 Hilldale. Timeout. That's the 4th triple in the game by the Hilldale Daisies. The Eagles have 1. Leon Day's going to stay in the game. There's only 5 pitchers on the entire roster, and we're using 4-man rotations. And his relief is a DW pitcher. So Day is going to have to wear it probably. Here's the pitch to Jake Stevens. 33 roll for Jake Stevens. That's a hit column roll. 44 is a 4. And that is a triple to left field. I've never seen so many triples in a game. If you like base running, here it is, 7-1, and I would say the horse is out of the barn. In the first game he pitched in the tournament, Leon Day beat the 93 Toronto Blue Jays, allowed 1 run in 9 innings. One wonders if maybe he has a sore arm. He finished the 46th season with a sore arm, and pitched 1 game while in the World Series, but the other game he didn't go well, and this one's not going well. Otto Briggs. 25. That's an 11 against an A pitcher. It's a single and a run scores. Briggs can steal on the next pitch. He won't. They're up by 7. Still 2 outs. Here is Frank Warfield. 45 is a 14 base on balls. All right, that's got to do it for Leon Day. He's done. New pitcher for the Newark Eagles is Cecil Cole, grade D pitcher, W modifier. He is going to be pitching to Naaman Washington, who started this inning off with a simple fly out the right field, but ever since then, it's been a horror show for the Newark Eagles. Here's a pitch to Naaman Washington. 6-6 roll, that's a hit column roll for Washington. 63 is going to be a single. One runner scores, and the other one goes to third. So Briggs scores, Warfield to third, 9-1, Hilldale. That runner's charged to Leon Day. Here's Tank Carr, first and third. And that is a 26 base on balls. And that fills the bases for catcher Biz Mackey. Mackey is 2 for 3, a single, and one of the several Daisies who's hit a triple. 32 is a 26. That's going to do it. Ground ball to second base. 4-3. 2 games of the tournament, the Hilldale Daisies scored 3 runs, and then they scored 2 runs. Last game they scored 5. They're really stretching their legs now. They've got 9 on the board. We go to the 6th, or the bottom of the 5th. Hilldale Daisies 9 and the Newark Eagles 1. Charles Ruffin will lead off for the Eagles in the last of the 5th inning. They're 8 runs down. Here's the pitch to Ruffin. 55 is a 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop out to third base, taken by Washington. 1 away. Bob Harvey, the left fielder. 46 is a ground ball to third base. Washington's got it, throws to first. 2 down. And now the 9th hitter in the lineup, Seabiscuit Wilkes. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Winters has it over to first. 3 up and 3 down for the Newark Eagles. We are at the top of the 6th inning. 9-1, Hilldale. We're at the top of the 6th inning. The Newark Eagles are down by 8. Clint Thomas will lead off for the Hilldale Daisies. Cecil Cole is on the mound for the Newark Eagles. Cole, when he was done pitching in Negro Leagues, was a longtime scout in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization for 35 years. He was a scout. Here's the pitch to Clint Thomas. 36 is a base on balls. Fast runner at first. Not going to be worried much about base stealing. George Johnson. 45 is another walk. They're just setting up another triple, I think. Here's the pitcher, Nip Winters. 56 is a base on balls, and Cecil Cole has walked the sacks loaded in the top of the 6th. No outs. Infield back. Here is Jake Stevens. Bases loaded. 61 is a 39. Let's see. Okay, we're runner out stealing home. Others advance 1 base. We're not going to steal home. Not with a 8-run lead. Ignore that result. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll. 55 is a double, and that will clear the bases. Except for the runner on first won't score. He's a pitcher. So he stays at third. 2 RBIs for Stevens. And it is time for the rotating dice. It's now 11-1 Hilldale. Top of the order. And Otto Briggs. 13 is a 14. That'll fill the bases again. Frank Warfield. 15 is an 11. Against a D pitcher, it's a single past second base. Runners advance 2 bases. And so Winter scores. Stevens scores. Briggs goes to third. Warfield has 2 RBIs. And it is 13-1. Naaman Washington. Still nobody out. 62 is a 32. That's a fly ball to right field. Not deep. Runners hold. 1 away. And Tank Carr. Tank Carr has a triple in the game. 55 is a single. And first and third. Briggs scores. 14-1. Here is Bismacki. Bismacki is 2 for 4. He has a triple. 33 for Bismacki, hit column roll. 64 is a 5. That's a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here for a 3-run home run for Bismacki. And it is batting practice here at Rupert Stadium. 17-1, Hilldale. Second inning, the Daisies have hit around the lineup. Clint Thomas comes up. 6-6 roll for Clint Thomas. That's a hit column roll. How many dice rolls are they going to get? 46 is a double for Clint Thomas. George Johnson comes to bat. Runner at second is Thomas. Here's the pitch. 65 is a 35. That's going to be a foul out to the third baseman. That brings to bat the pitcher, Nip Winters. 32 is going to be a 26. Ground out to second base, 4-3. That's the end of the inning. But the Hilldale Daisies post 8 more runs on the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Hilldale 17, Newark 1. Pat Patterson will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Newark Eagles. 42 is a 9 against the A pitcher. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. 1 down. Here's the pitcher, Cecil Cole. 1-5 is a ground out to the shortstop. 6-3. Jake Stevens is having a day, making plays defensively. Tripled and doubled in the game. Now Larry Doby comes to bat. 61 is a ground out to shortstop. Jake Stevens makes all 3 plays for the Hilldale Daisies. Go to the top of the 7th inning. 17-1, Hilldale. And after making all 3 plays defensively, Jake Stevens leads off the 7th inning for the Daisies. 1-3 is a walk. Otto Briggs. 1-5 is an 11. That's going to be a single. The runner goes to third. Timeout. All right, the right fielder, John Cherokee Davis, is going to be brought in to pitch for Cecil Cole. And Parks will go in to play right field for the Eagles, Charlie Parks. All right, Davis is normally an outfielder, but he did some pitching. He pitched 10 innings in 1946, 4.5 earned run average. He's a DW pitcher. Frank Warfield comes to the plate. 51 is going to be an 8. That's going to be a single, run scores. Briggs goes to third. And Warfield is 3 for 4 on the game with 3 runs batted in. Score is 18-1. Here is Naaman Washington. 64 is a strikeout. 1 away. Tank Carr. Carr is 2 for 3, single, triple, strikeout. 1-5 will be a single. Runners go to first and third. Briggs scores 19-1. All right, the Daisies will send Nip Winters back out there. He has had plenty of rest between innings, except he's had to run the bases twice. He scored 2 runs. Monty Irvin leads off for the Eagles. 1-6 is a 28. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. Leonard Pearson. 61 is a ground out to shortstop. And Nip Winters has started 5 straight rollouts to his shortstop, Jake Stevens. Here's Cherokee Davis. 35 is a ground out to shortstop. So 6 times in a row, the Newark Eagles roll out to Jake Stevens. We go to the 8th inning, 24-1, Hilldale. Okay, Frank Warfield leads off the 8th inning. 54 is a fly ball to right field. 1 away. Naaman Washington. 41 is a ground out to short. 6-3. And Tank Carr. 32 is a ground out to second base, 4-3, and Cherokee Davis is feeling his oats here. Tires the Hilldale Davies, 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 24-1, Hilldale. Catcher Charles Ruffin will lead off the last of the 8th. 1-2 is a 25. That's a ground out to second base, 4-3. And Nip Winters has limited the Eagles to just 3 hits in the game. Bob Harvey, the left fielder, 35, is a ground out to shortstop. James Wilkes, 65, pops out to the catcher. Or ground out to, take that back, it's a ground out to first base. Unassisted. I'm using the new book. I usually use the, I think it's 2011 book, but I'm using the new book today. That's 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hilldale Daisies 24, Newark Eagles trail by 23. Okay, let me say that again. We go to the top of the 9th inning. 24-1 Hilldale. Biz Mackey, who has already hit for the cycle today, will lead off for the Daisies. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. 1-3, 1 out. Clint Thomas. 1-5 is a single. On the 11, he could steal second, but he's not. George Johnson. 33, that's another hit, call, and roll. 52 is a double. And let's see. Thomas is fast, so he scores. $25-1. Hilldale. Here's the pitcher, Nip Winters. 1-3 is a walk. First and second for the Daisies. There's one out, and now Jake Stevens. 45 is going to be a walk. Jake Stevens has walked 3 times today. Bases are loaded. Otto Briggs. 34 is a fly ball to center field. And the runners will hold, figuring they don't need any more runs. Frank Warfield. 21 is the fly out to center field. That ends the 9th inning, and the Daisies score one more time. It is 25-1 going to the bottom of the 9th. Pat Patterson will lead off for the Eagles. Nip Winters is going to pitch a complete game here. It looks like 52 is a 27. Ground ball to third base. Patterson's retired 5-3. And now Charles Parks comes up to hit. He came into the game when Cherokee Davis went to the mound. 25 is a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. There's got to be some kind of a tournament record for assists by Jake Stevens at short. That's 9 ground balls he's taken today. And now Larry Doby steps in the box. 61 is a ground out to Jake Stevens, and that's the perfect way to end this game. The final score, Hilldale Daisies 25 and the Newark Eagles 1. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, here's a look at the carnage. 25 runs for the Hilldale Daisies, 25 hits and no errors. Newark Eagles had 1 hit, or 1 run rather, 3 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Nip Winters. Complete game, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. The loser was Leon Day. 4 innings pitched, 9 earned runs allowed. Home runs in the game by Biz Mackey and George Johnson. Biz Mackey is the star of the game. He hit for the cycle with a single in the 3rd, 2 walks, a triple in the 5th, homer in the 6th, and a double in the 7th. And I don't recall last time I had somebody hit for the cycle. It's not very often an event, and certainly the only time in this tournament. The other thing that we see with the Hilldale Daisies on today's performance, that everybody in the lineup, including the pitcher, had a multi-hit game. The Hilldale Daisies smash the Newark Eagles and eliminate them from the tournament. Daisies will face the winner of the next series, best of 3, the 1930 St. Louis Stars and the 1975 Cincinnati Reds. Join us for that series. Thanks for watching. Good day and God bless.